Hey, what's up, good people? Welcome to another Fired Up Case episode. I am your host, Zeke Wanganga. Man, it's 2022. I'm excited. I'm pumped. Man, it's been a while since I've done this, but I'm excited for today's interview. I'm telling you, the person I have here, she's a celebrity, big celebrity in Kansas City. Please help me make welcome the founder of Interplay, Jonaie Johnson. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Zeke.
Welcome,
Thank you for having me. I'm always excited to be here.
You looking fly.
Thank you.
Man, how you been?
I've been doing really well. I've been making a lot of progress, and I'm just excited for what's to come.
I see you've been blessed. You've been blessed. I've been seeing a lot. You've been blowing up.
Full of blessings.
So for those who do not know who Jonaie is, just give them a brief bio about yourself and how you got to where you are today.
Yeah, so I'm the founder and CEO of one of the top emerging startups in Kansas City called Interplay. And at Interplay, we create remote crating experiences for dog parents with our product, the Playtouch. So with the Interplay Playtouch, pet parents can now remotely control their dog's crating experience from the click of a button. Pet parents will now be able to dispense food and water to their dog, see and talk to their dog, and play music and sounds all from their phone while away from home via the Interplay app.
So like dogs get to jam out on songs too now?
Yeah, definitely. It's a party in the dog crate.
Okay, answer me this. I really want to know, how many competitions have you won so far? Because I feel like you've won so many.
I have, well, more recently for actually the crate attachment idea, I've won and placed first in 2, but I've received funding for about, I think, in like 3 or 4. So
okay. Sweet, dang. Yeah, because I see you all over. You are in Scotland, you are in Kansas City. Man, I'm like, man, I think I commented on your post. I was like, I'm just glad I have a picture with you. So I'm just like, in the future, like in 2 years, I'm gonna flip that. I guess I'm on eBay.
That's how I feel with you, with everything you got going with Fired Up.
But anyways, let's get right into it. So with Interplay, I know that you've been on the grind lately. Kind of give us, because for me, I really want to understand the person behind the company. For me, I want to know, how did this mindset of being entrepreneurs and be someone who like really works hard and hustles it out and be at the top, how did it all start about?
It all started from birth for me. I feel like I had the entrepreneurial mindset since I was born. I feel like if I was able to, I would probably charge people to hold me. Everybody wants to hold a baby, so I feel like you can kind of make money out of that. So that was kind of my main goal and aspiration. But starting out in grammar school, I had a friendship bracelet. I was selling bracelets to people when most people were just giving them away for free. I felt I had the more premium friendship bracelet, so I was going to go ahead and charge for mine. And going into middle school, I had a very lucrative fruit snack business. Started off with just fruit snacks, and then we didn't even have a vending machine in the school at the time. So I'm looking back like, wow, I really did notice a gap in the market and had an opportunity. So I started selling chips and other snacks in addition to that. So I was making bank in middle school. And then in high school, that's when I came up with the idea for Interplay, actually my senior year. So definitely been into entrepreneurship from the get-go.
So with Interplay, how long would you say you've been working on it for now?
Officially working on it, I would say since the start of January 2019, when I was accepted into the e-Scholars program. Wow, okay.
Now, speaking of the e-Scholar program, kind of give me, what did that mean to you as an entrepreneur, and how did it even help you to get to where you are today?
An exceptional amount. So I accredited a lot of what I've been able to do so far at such a rapid pace to not only my degree in entrepreneurship at the University of Missouri, Kansas City, but also going through their e-Scholars program that really set the foundation for where I am today. It not only helped me go from idea to a viable business proposition, but I feel like it was a gateway for me to enter the entrepreneurial ecosystem here within Kansas City, with connecting me and also pairing me with mentors. And it's really a funny story on how I got into the e-Scholars program that I would like to share very fast.
Go ahead.
I started off, I was at a gala event for basketball, and they sat me at the table with Tom and Mary Blocks. So the Blocks, I'm at the table with the Blocks, I'm like, okay, this is cool, see opportunity with it. So throughout our conversation, it came up that I was working on Interplay, and I was a freshman at the time. So they asked if I was going to go to the Entrepreneur of the Year Awards. So of course, I had no idea what it was, but if the Blocks are actually you going to something, of course I'm going to say, yeah, I'll be there, definitely. So told them I'll go, looked it up. As soon as I got home, looking up Entrepreneur of the Year Awards, how could I attend? So I went ahead and was a volunteer. So when I was at the awards, I was a greeter. So I was walking people to their seats, and I had like a clipboard of the seat selection, so I knew. But underneath, I had at the time I was calling it Pet Tech business plan, so what I thought it was, and I was ready. So I actually ran into Jeff Chapman. He was I knew him prior through my workings with the women's basketball team.
Okay.
And I was asking him about the companies that were presenting upstairs, and I'm like, this was probably what I want to be or what I want to do. How do I become a part of that? And he was telling me that they were part of E-Scholars. Then he introduced me to Ben Gruber, who at the time was over the program. And Ben was like, you know what, just send me like what you have. I'm like, I don't have to send it because I have it right now. So I had it underneath the clipboard. I showed it to him. He told me to apply. Then that was I think towards the end of this 2018, and January 2019 was when I was accepted into the program.
Wow, dang. Man, I mean, I wish I met the blocks. I mean, I'd be like, I'm going right in. Just, count me in. But let's get down to the mentality of an entrepreneur, because I know when people see you, like, having all this success going on, they think it's easy. It's you were programmed for this. Mm-hmm. Give us a little background in terms of, like, how you kind of got to where you are, in terms of, like, your failures you've had in the past, and kind of how you're able to understand your failures and walk through them to get to where you are today.
Yeah, so definitely. I feel what's been really key to my success is that I understand that I am a young entrepreneur, and there's a lot more that I don't know than what I do know. Mm-hmm. So I've always been open-minded and surrounded myself by people who fill the skills gaps that I do have, and not only taking the advice that they've lent to me, but applying that advice as well and being coachable throughout my journey. So that's been really key to a lot of the successes that I've had in such a short amount of time.
Now, speaking of people who you've been around, who has helped you, do you have a name in your mind you would think has been the most influential to get to where you are today?
I would say the name that comes to mind is Lee Walter and Sean Murphy. Sean Murphy, because that was my first ever mentor. I remember not knowing what to expect when I first met with him, but he's definitely been pivotal and extremely helpful me throughout my journey, with whether it's professionally or just with the development of the company. So he's helped me with whether it's recommendation letters or whatever I need. Sean has been there, but also Lee Walter. Mm-hmm. And I say Lee Walter for several reasons, because I say Lee is a great mentor because he really opened my eyes to what I didn't know. He gave me an inside look to what to expect in the real world outside of the classroom. So I knew a lot what to expect with classroom entrepreneurship, but he showed me what it would look like once I entered the real world and really applied my learnings and how to apply it. Like, I'm coming in, of course, I'm like, okay, I'm getting a degree in entrepreneurship, going through curriculum in school, so I'm learning a lot, but Lee opened me up to the real world of entrepreneur. He's throwing terms at me like sales, knowing how to price my price point, my strategy to get into distributors, and just really going through everything. So Lee is a key example to how my pitch, because I get a lot of compliments on how I pitch, how everything is together, is very precise, and Lee is to credit to that, because I remember when I was preparing for the Inner E-Scholars pitch competition, I went to him to kind of do a walkthrough and such, and I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna show him, Lee, look what I got here, I got a great pitch, and unbeknownst to me, he was like, no, you have to remove that shouldn't be there, why is that there, this has to go in order to do this, why is that even there, what is this on the background? I was just like, okay, I'm taking notes, like, all right. Scratch that, take that out, and I made all of the changes that he told me to make, got it down to where it should have been, and I placed second in that Inner E-Scholars pitch competition. Wow, and impressed a lot of people. So
I'm gonna get to towards the end of the show. I have some interesting questions I'm gonna ask you about all these competitions. But speaking of one of the success that's happened recently, is I saw you on the show.
Yes.
Talk to me about that show, because I think it's pretty cool to have like one of our own Kansas City entrepreneurs being like on a real show. So give us some info about that.
Yeah, so I was featured and starred in a reality show called The Blocks, and Weston Bergman, he's the entrepreneur mastermind behind the scenes that got us all together. We spent 1 week in a mansion with 20 startups, and it was just a wonderful experience, just going through where we went through the Beta Blocks curriculum and then applied what we learned briefly from that accelerated curriculum and competing in a live-in pitch competition. So it was a wonderful experience, and it's really nice. I think I really like how everything turned out.
So was this shot in Kansas City?
It was shot in Kansas City.
Finally, something great has happened in Kansas City, finally.
Yes.
Now, so it's startups from all over the country, right? Not just Kansas City.
Yes, it is entrepreneurs from all across the country, and I was actually the only entrepreneur on the shows from Kansas City.
What? Now, when I tell you guys that Jonaie is getting famous, I'm not playing. Like, I'm not joking for real. Like, she is getting up there. But, man, so give us a little bit of I want some tease. Was I gonna watch it? But give us some tease. Are there some drama that happened in the house that, kind of shook you around a little bit?
I can say this was more, I can say it was one of the more calmer reality TV shows. It wasn't like action-packed drama, throwing chairs and tables. But of course, when you have 20 startup founders in one house for a week, it is going to be some things that happen. And, you know, me personally, I was just focused on trying to win because I'm very competitive. However, I was hearing later on like stories and such that happened. That was some drama. And I'm like, I had no idea that happened. I just went up to my
You were just there to get the work done.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you've seen the wine here, but I want to toast to 2022, and I just want to say congrats to all the stuff you've been having. Because each time I look on LinkedIn, I'm like, you have something that's going on. What's going on? What's happening? So I am so proud to even know you. I know that we all came from UMKC, so go Roos. Speaking of which, so you used to hoop? Because I know you used to play basketball.
No, I don't. So I actually retired from basketball last year. After I think last year in around the summertime, around August. That's when I officially retired because I wanted to
fully into entrepreneurship now.
Yep, I wanted to put all my time and energy into interplay.
So do you hoop on the side though, like play?
I mean,
pick up games and stuff like that.
I like to stay honed in on my retirement so I can keep my hair looking nice, look good, stay with the fashion. But when they need a sub or somebody want to get some work, I still put the kicks back on. Do what I need to do.
Because I know you play really good. Because I've watched a couple of the games from MKC. Like you get into it. So finally, one last question. I see they're always on drip. What inspires your look every time? Because I'm always inspired by the way you dress.
You know, I feel fashion is an art form, so I really use my appearance, my outfits, just to really express like who I am, whether it's my personality, how I look, what I want to come off as. It's just me. It's just like my blank canvas, and I use my outfits to show and demonstrate what I am, who I am.
Anyways, thank you so much for coming, Jonaie. I really appreciate you being here. You are always a friend of the show. But for those who don't know your socials, how can they reach out to you?
Yeah, so they can follow Interplay at Go Interplay on Instagram and Facebook, and Go Interplay 1 on Twitter, and visit our website at www.gointerplay.com, or follow me personally at Jonaie.j on Instagram and Jonaie_ on Twitter.
Sweet. Well, thank you guys for watching today. It's been on the Fired Up KC show. You know what to do. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram at Fired Up KC. And if you want to catch me, your boy Zeke Wanganga, you can find me online. I don't really mind, but you know. See you guys on this episode. Bye-bye for now.